Hey all, and welcome back to another round of HellfireComms Patreon TV Comms. Today we are returning to Food Wars, and we're doing things a little bit differently today. We're going to take a break from the main plot to check out the OVAs. We have OVA 1 and OVA 2 today. I'm not entirely sure if there's more than those, and I think these are set between seasons 1 and 2. But the reason I'm going to have to give you all a heads up now is the subtitles for the versions you can find online are memey as fuck. Like, I'm pretty sure at one point they talk about, like, the work of an enemy stand and so on. So, the person who syncs, like, our commentary to, like, footage and whatnot, Gold member, he's a fan of ours. He's not part of HFC or affiliated with it in any way. He went ahead and hard-coded us, like, some proper subtitles. He went, like, in and wrote them properly and whatnot. Sometimes using Google Translate, other times using bits of his knowledge. So for OVA 1 and OVA 2, I don't think it'll be perfectly translated, but it'll be damn near indistinguishable from the real stuff. So that aside, I would wait for the synced versions of these instead of using the ones you can find online. And episode 2 of season 2 is just going to be the same old subtitles we always get, so that one's fine. Alright, Volk, you ready for a bit of OVA 1 action?
Yeah, let's do it.
Alright, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. I don't really know what to expect here. I didn't go looking for like any information on the OVAs and so on.
Yeah, if this is meant to be a bridge between the first season and the second season, I'm expecting a little bit of, I guess, what they would have put normally in the beginning of the second season, but decided against it to get straight into the action.
Ah, he's lofty again. He is ginormous. He is Dynamax, so he has.
Oh god, I thought we were going to escape the Pokemon Sword and Shield references, but I suppose I should have known better.
Well, we're just literally recording this at, like, hours after the direct on the 5th of June. Whatever. Alright, so they're just on, like, is it like a culinary research trip or whatever?
I'm guessing so. I wonder if this is going to be where we actually see how his dear brother slims down. Like, maybe we'll get some insight as to how that happens.
Oh, poor guy.
It's always nice we have a brother that can just playfully rip on the end. You know he means well. Keeps you on the straight and narrow.
I'm an only child, so whatever. Alright, here's All Might, and that's Alice, right? The blonde, not the blonde-haired chick, the white-haired chick. Gotta go more anime. More anime, Tom!
Yes, that is Alice Nakiri.
Okay.
Sister of Erina, as you might remember.
Cousin, actually.
Is it cousin or sister? They have the same last name.
Well, it's not uncommon for cousins to, like, I don't know fucking genetics and whatnot. What are you coming to me for?
That's fair enough.
I will eat your hand, and then we will become one. Don't do that. Don't fucking do that. Don't
put the towel down, for God's sakes. And thus the rival character for the show died a horrible, painful death.
Oh, Chucklefuck's doing this all over the world and whatnot, coming here explicitly to do this.
More to the point, how do you do that without absolutely crapping your pants? Because I get a little bit wobbly leg just walking over those things. Jumping up and down, I'm pretty sure I would have to have absolutely no hope of life in the future to be able to do that without even flinching.
Balls of steel, mate. Also, it's so jarring to go back to the first OP. Like, we're 2 ahead at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. So we can probably safely assume, I guess, that this takes place before the midpoint of Season 1.
Huh. Yeah, that's a good point. I thought it was, like, straight between 1 and 2, but who knows? I'll go look up some information.
That's right. I would imagine that will probably be what OVA 2 will do.
Alright, when to watch Food Wars OVA. Come on, Reddit. Come through for me, baby!
Yes, the front page of the internet does tend to come through at the best of times, but it has been known to fail.
Let's have a look. Okay, Just a Markov says, Watch Order, Season 1, OVA 1, OVA 2, Season 2, OVA 3, OVA 4, Season 3.
Oh, alright. Well, at least now we know there's going to be an OVA 3 and 4 for us to look forward to later down the line.
I will drag you back for that, whether I have to, like, reach into your soul or just give you money, I suppose.
Money is a decent motivator, but I'll make no promises because, as you know, my time constraints are starting to get more and more hefty.
I'm gonna be honest, if I was like going to ask you to do stuff after the thing we agreed on, it would only be for like a day every 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes. But for now, let us enjoy the OVA as they go to the gift shop, which will no doubt have a standard box of chocolates at no more than 100 grams and expect you to pay a tenner for them.
Ain't that the truth? I love a little shop in like a fucking airport and whatnot. Follow the flag. Do not lose the flag.
If you lose the flag, he will come back without his shirt and embarrass you in front of everyone.
Every time you are not looking at the flag, I am removing another piece of clothing. That's the food professor for you, with the random bits of information. That's not on brand. Maybe just stick to food.
At this point, we did not know him as a food professor, so I guess this is sort of the episode where Zenji, Ryo, and... No, not Ryoko. Who's the one I'm thinking of? Shun, that's it. And then obviously Daigo and Soji. Since they hadn't really had a whole lot of screen time apart from being there, exhausted off their asses, and occasionally getting into fights. So this might be an episode where we might get to learn a little bit more about them, even though by this point we sort of know what their specialties are and what they're all about.
Yeah.
Well, we still don't know that much about Daigo and Soji, to be fair. They're just fight men that like to be the buff cheerleaders, so to speak.
I must see the Penguin Secretary, lass. I must see them.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I would absolutely love penguins as well, so I would be all for a detour like that. Give me the penguins.
Do you have a top 3 birds, Volk?
Penguin is probably going to be in the top 3. Probably at number 3. Number 1, obviously going to be the green cheek connor that I happen to own.
Aww.
And number 2... number 2. That's a tricky one, actually. Because I'm not sure if I put penguin up there. There's definitely, like, one bird I'm thinking of, but the name kind of escapes me at the moment. If I can remember, I'll get back to you.
In no particular order, penguins, owls, and probably eagles.
Yeah, I'd probably put either owls or puffins at 2.
Aww.
I like Japan. Maid outfits, silly hats, and love life.
Don't forget food.
That's a very nice Sunday.
That's a knickerbocker glory is what that is, mate.
Hell yeah. I'm more on board with the chocolate brownie, or maybe the honeycomb ones. Honeycomb ones are usually ones I go for.
Oh. Don't. Please no. No! What are you doing?
I was thinking if they were going to go for it. I was secretly hoping they would.
Here you go, some mashed potato and a bottle of Heinz ketchup.
That's an omelette, Tom.
Whatever. I know my food, okay? I love that face.
Clearly you don't know your food, you uncultured swine. Otherwise you wouldn't have called it mashed potato.
Okay. And, actual ingredients as well. Just to make sure we're not telling you nothing.
Well, it's a good thing I know exactly what anime we're watching. Otherwise, well, put it this way. Let's just say the last thing I remember in terms of the food stuff in anime being made with love, let's just say it's not the sort of thing you say at work.
Okay. Is that Megumi? Is she, like, working here on a thing?
No. I tell you what, it kind of looks like the announcer chick for the tournaments and what have you.
Oh.
It may be her, and this is like her side job. Sonny is just loving this shit. Yeah, it's definitely her. I recognize the split persona.
Hi! Fucking assholes.
Yay! Food order! I hate those guys. It's like Homer when he's going on the book cut. Must kill Mo.
Whee! So this is just literally fuck about and eat delicious food episode, really.
Yeah, this is the sort of thing where it doesn't matter where you go. In all walks of life, sometimes you just want a bit of fast food. And it doesn't matter how grubby it looks, it could be the most delicious thing on the planet.
Like, the entire cast of the show go on this one singular trip.
It does look a bit like that. Maybe this is sort of like the 23 Small Tales About Springfields episode, but it's Food Wars instead.
Oh, that's a really good episode, that is.
One of my favourites. I'm pretty sure I've said it before, but it bears repeating.
I'm surprised no one's commissioned Classic Simpsons, but hey, that's not your problem anymore.
Well, who knows? I'll get to watch and see who finally does it. Who knows? Maybe I'll chip in and get it done.
There you go. You gotta take time for yourself. Oh? Oh, it's the meat girl.
I need more vessels for my meat. I do not have enough.
A meat chamber, if you will.
What the hell is that thing?
Fucking time machine? Look at it.
No, if I know my contraptions correctly, that looks like something that would probably peel potatoes in some kind of crazy manner. You know, the ones where you sort of like drill it through the middle, and then you crank the handle and it peels the potato, and then you just take it off the thing, and just you got this perfect peel and curly potatoes that you can make into curly fries.
Ooh.
That's a lasagna? I thought it was just cheese in a bowl.
Who's missing their ingredients now, Volk?
I don't know, it could be French onion soup, but then again, these guys are meant to be the Italian aficionados.
All these assholes coming to me expecting to do the job for them. Oh, he's jealous of a new guy. It's Sober! In my dreams,
of course it is.
In my dreams, I see that man, Sober-kun.
And before Sober is just like placing cardboard cutouts of himself in his path, and it's just like, ah, Sober! I knew it was you!
Where is Sober right now, actually?
Knowing this anime, he'd probably still be in bed the entire time.
Well, he was
like,
on the...
This episode is about everyone except for him.
Well, he was on the trip with the others earlier, I'm pretty sure, unless I'm going blind.
No, the ones that were sort of at the tower were, obviously Ishiki, Zenji, Shun, and Daigo, and Soji. I didn't see Soma there.
Okay. Fascinating. Did you notice I'm overweight again?
He put it on just for the OVA. It was just like, oh, it's just got to season 2. Just like, wait, we need to record some OVAs before we start season 2. Do you reckon you could put the weight on really fast and then lose it really fast?
Just find me a tub of, like, fucking lasagna sauce and I'm your man.
I'm pretty sure Christian Bale had to do something fairly similar to that, going between, like, 2 or 3 different roles where he had to be like super skinny and like almost borderline anorexic. Then he had to be really buff, which I think he was filming Batman at the time. And then there was another one where it was sort of, I don't want to say overweight, but a little bit heftier, let's just say.
I think what was the Machinist, yeah?
Yeah, that was it.
Do we know you, old man? Ah, elderly man.
Ah, if there's one person you can trust with food, it's the elderly that have been going to this place for 20 to 30 years. They know what's good. But then again, there are some people that say that you shouldn't put cheese with fish. That, lo and behold, plenty of people have done it at this point.
Yeah. Is an old man gonna fight a teenager? Is that what we're about to witness?
I think the old man's about to get his ass whooped.
It's getting fucking heated here.
I made a Glock entirely out of cabbage. Now die.
I think we're gonna witness a heated cook moment here. Here are your little people, and the fucking tanukis with their balls proudly on display.
Yes, we all aware who has the biggest balls of them all. AC/DC prophesies as much. Indeed. But that's not important. What is important is that you are disrespecting my cred.
Gaijins! How dare you! Oh, we're gonna have a cooking fight?
Well, this guy seems to be harping on about Japanese culture, so he's probably going to break out some kind of crazy Japanese dish.
Yeah. Let this shadow duel begin.
So it's like, okay, so if I win, you have to apologize to me, and then we'll all get on just fine. But if I lose, I have to literally commit harikiri. That seems to be how a lot of these showdowns tend to go. Not just in this show, but in anime in general. Just like, yeah, if I win, we just carry on as normal. But if I lose, literally everyone I know will die.
Aww.
That's how he lost all the weight. He sweated it out. Finnish style. Just spend 3 days straight in the sauna.
Hell
It's
yeah.
perfect.
Kappa.
Kapabashi!
Yep, that's a kappa. That is what the Lotad line is based on in Pokemon.
Yep. The Kappas also make their way into other various video games and media as well. But the best way to describe it is literally sort of like a duck and a frog combined. It's a bit weird.
You have to defeat them by getting them to, like, bow to you, and then the water of, like, their cup on the head pours out, and then they die or whatever.
Yeah, it's a bit dark, but, you know, it works. Well, technically, you could always class him as 2 people.
That's not nice, and you know that.
Well, I mean, is he has enough cooking potential to make up for 2 people. Because, I mean, someone who can put the weight on and then take it off again has got to know a thing or two. Both on making things so hella delicious and dieting like hell.
I'm not familiar with Nipponese ingredients.
Yeah, he's not really a cooking professional, but he got like a first place trophy for an egg and spoon race he won back in school.
So he's like a professional amateur then, kind of like the halfway mark or something.
You could probably consider him as something of a foodie. Like, he knows a lot about food, not necessarily a professional in food.
Have you guys even started yet? I don't know how you can even classify yourself as doing good or bad.
Well, I mean, he's just casually cooking and having a great time. They got to literally scale Mount Cabbage for some reason.
Mount Cabbage. Listen to me. Plate must be full. Man, he wants Soma's dick so badly.
Well, if you look in enough, you can look in the right places and find exactly that, but you know what? I'm not going to.
I will not, thank you. Interesting's one way to put it, I suppose.
Probably not the word I would use.
Obsessed?
Yes, obsessive.
I will now turn this cabbage into a bowl of lard. Oh, yeah, that's the good shit.
So it reminds me of the Japanese and Korean food carts that have these planches. They just chuck all the ingredients together, throw like an egg on top, and put it in between some pieces of bread, and then go, there you go, that's a dish, and apparently it's the shit.
Okay, that tells that then. It's okay because I say so.
Well, he did host a competition, so I suppose he has some form of executive privilege, question mark?
Ooh.
I quite like the idea that they just dry out seaweed on, like, massive washing lines. I'm just picturing, like, someone in the UK just, like, taking seaweed from the beach and just putting it on a rotary air. Just going, yeah, gonna make some dank Japanese food with this.
I've always liked the idea of, like, the Japanese restaurants that allow you to cook at your table. That would never happen in, like, the UK or America. There's just too many safety regulations.
Maybe so, but there was that one place I'm pretty sure I mentioned before where, like, every table has its own toaster. But then again, I suppose just using a toaster isn't the same as literally cooking your own food like you would get in, say, Korean barbecue.
I mean, if you end up hurting yourself with a toaster, you kind of deserve it, honestly.
Yeah, especially in a place where there's, like, no water in sight.
I know what I'm doing. Do you even have a name?
Don't tell me how to live my life.
Do you even have a name, you NPC? Huh. Just because the music's kicking up, don't think I'll take you seriously or anything.
He's just there whipping and it's been like 5 minutes. Dude, you've whipped too much!
It's just dust at this point.
You've gone too far, you can't go back!
Yeah, let's turn this motherfucker up.
I love it when the army goes into man mode, just like,
Yep.
yeah, cabbage!
Oh. Oh. There's a bomb in the lasagna?
Oh, of course. I mean, even when he's being put up against pretty much all Japanese ingredients, there's always a way to make it Italian.
Yep.
I am a master of both the light side and the dark side.
The Japanese and the Italian cuisines.
Yet my hair color remains exactly the same.
Oh, Masaka! Even though I... Oh wait, he is Japanese, sorry, I got the two confused. Enjoy, motherfucker, it's literally vomit. Shake your cheese on my nuts, I love it.
Ah, yes, going back to the restaurant with the maid service.
Yep.
Oh, they just bought like shit tons of clams to take back home with them, I guess.
Well, it's lucky for them, I suppose. Oh, their pride for Japan.
This warms the cockles of my old heart. I'm not sure if I could eat clams straight from the can, though.
I tend to avoid seafood, honestly. Which is ironic, because when I see food, I eat it, but I'm tish.
Very nice. I mean, it's the reason why they have stuff like katsu curry and things like that, I'd imagine.
Yep. Such pride. You watch, you'll turn around and be crying.
No, he'll be like, no, I'm not going to admit defeat, and then his clothes will come off, and they'll be like, oh no, I admit defeat, how could this happen?
Oh!
Well, at least he's wearing a sumo nappy. I'm not entirely sure what the garment's actually meant to be called, but I usually refer to it as a sumo nappy.
Oh god, the Lich from fucking KH3 has taken him.
They've unlocked the key to my heart.
Oh, and that scene unlocked the key to mine. I'm having a fucking heart attack!
He's either having a heart attack, is about to throw up, or is literally recoiling by just how good that food was.
Oh, so that's the reason. Oh my god! He's married some fucking gaijin.
Can you just imagine if you turned around and said, yeah, that was me, sorry about that. I've been having a tempestuous affair with some random Japanese chick that I found when my brother isn't looking.
Dishes can exist together. I will no longer be racist.
I never knew canned clams could be so good.
Aw, good end. Oh my god.
He just made art. He may be in the wrong profession. He could just decorate the restaurant.
Alright, let's sit through this just in case there's a stinger. We always gotta be careful with food wars, especially.
Exactly.
Aww.
You don't know whether you're going to get 2 minutes of stinger, whether it's just going to be a massive ED with just the spoilery stuff right at the end.
Yeah.
You never know quite what you're going to get with a Food Wars ending.
I'm a big fan of this ED, though. I love the song.
Yeah, I do like the song. The visuals are, well, they're there.
Yes, they sure are. I am pleasuring myself with this tomato. Unless
I got a big banana!
I'm spinning. Oh, I'm spinning!
No, he was just demonstrating how much he wants to be Kamen Rider Baron.
Aww.
Banana arms! Now watch as I put this giant banana on my head and make armor out of it. Everyone in this anime has tuned buck cheeks, it is true.
Jesus. I loved when they played the slowed down version of this. I think it was just an instrumental at the end of season 1.
Yeah, and then I'm thinking that one didn't it speed up a bit and then just literally segue straight into the ED?
I think so.
But yeah, it was pretty dope. Meanwhile, Soma's just like, I know I'm eccentric as well, but why do I hang out with these idiots?
I used to just focus on the food and whatnot. Ooh, back at the academy.
And thus a bond was formed between 3 chicks and then the rival characters.
Mm-hmm. Ha! She hasn't said that to Soma yet. Not that I'll ever tell him, of course.
Baka. Oh yes, of course, victory was thanks to Sir not appearing in this film until right at the very end.
Yeah, so only appearing in the stinger.
So how is that any different to what he normally did?
No, you may sooner suck my fucking dick.
I hope he really takes that literally. He says to himself, aloud.
It just keeps escalating.
There you go, he's saying you don't want it right now.
What a bad
He said, don't make fun of me, you literally nearly killed us.
Oh. Okay.
So that's how it happened. It was literally a fade out. If only it were that simple in real life.
I guess so. Alright, mate, that was Food Wars OVA 1. While I set up the second one, what do you think?
I thought it was pretty decent. We got to see a little bit more about the Italian brothers, but it was just quite nice just to see all the other characters just kinda there, but they don't have like a significant point to the story, but everyone seemed to be collecting there, and yet the only person that didn't was the main character. So in that regard, I thought the episode was actually quite amusing, but overall, yeah, it was pretty decent. I mean, it had a fairly simple life lesson, I guess, toward the end with, yeah, you should always give people a chance and what have you. And you got some delicious food out of it, and there were some hijinks as well with the mayonnaise and the ketchup, so yeah decent episode.
Alrighty, OVA 2 in 3, 2, 1. Okie dokie. This one is similarly subtitled, so I guess we're having some summer vacation fun today.
Oh, is this going to be the cheesecake and the beefcake episode?
Mm-hmm.
Probably more cheese than beef, considering how we like to strip the female characters after eating delicious food, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, so this is shortly before the autumn selection, then?
I would imagine so.
Yes, the upcoming autumn selection, or election. Again, fan-made subtitles, guys. Thank you, Goldmember, for taking the trouble.
Indeed. It's like, I can't have my secretary be some second-rate bimbo behind a saucepan. You gotta be great! Not just good, great!
Oh, what a phrase. Oh, show, I can't fucking say S things today. See, she is so supportive of her secretary.
It's a side to her that we don't really see as well, which is quite nice.
Yeah. Yes, no one must know. It will be a secret to please even the gods.
Although deep down she is sad that she's had her supportive advances rejected.
I'm watching you, and I don't really care.
Sorry, I'm about to summon the Kings of Lucis on this bitch. Hold up. Invite all your friends you don't want to admit are kind of friends.
Yes. Are you a normal girl, Erina? I'm not sure about that.
Absolutely not.
Ah, the second OP.
Ah, yes, now you know we're deep into late season 1. Yep. And yep, I really do love this opening. Like, holy crap, it's so good.
The visuals are great, and the song is pretty good, but I think the third OP just trumps them both, actually. Actually, no, what I said, I think, was I like the OP song in 3 better, but the visuals in 2 trump it.
Yeah, because it feels like season two's opening was kind of just a callback to this in terms of the visuals, but the song is definitely quite a bit better.
Yeah.
But in terms of like a package deal, I think I do prefer this one. But that's not to say that the season 2's first OP is bad. It's just, as a package deal, this one just strikes me that little bit better.
Yeah. Soma lost against his dad, by the way. Spoilers, just in case you've been following along.
The streak continues. So I wonder if, like, Brock Lesnar will come by and will just, like, break the streak.
I don't think he's a cook somehow.
Exactly, so he'll break the streak so that Soma will get a win. He'll just disguise himself as his dad.
I see. So what are you expecting for this one? Another fuck about episode?
Yeah, I reckon this one's probably going to be a little bit more of the screwing around, and it's probably going to be mostly focused around Erina.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least that's what they seem to be teasing toward, but they'll probably incorporate the other characters in. Oh god, it's a heat wave. And why the fuck are you in the kitchen? For God's sake, just open the freezer door and just sit over there.
Should be like fucking Homer, put a tent over the thing and camp out in there.
Well, until we burn the motor out, but you know what? That's fine. Somebody else can replace that for you.
Yeah, and in the meantime, you can die via drowning from your sweat. Put a fan in there or something.
Or as the Brits would say, get your jugs out!
Jesus. Whomst? Oh, it's just Alice. And Erina.
Ah, the good old public swimming pool. It comes in 2 flavors. The really, really boring ones, where there's actually plenty of space to actually swim around and do laps. Then there's one with all the fun shit, like the current and then the fun slides and what have you. And you can barely swing your arms around for a breaststroke without slapping some kid in the face.
Well, that's just part of the experience, though.
I suppose so, but then again, I do prefer the former, just because the latter tend to have, like, those systems where you take an armband and basically they call you out after 2 hours to get out the damn thing, whereas in a normal swimming establishment, you can just kind of stay there for as long as you want. So, you know, you can have a swim for an hour, then, like, retreat to the sauna or the steam room for a half an hour, then maybe have another hour's swim. You know, you're not limited in that regard.
You have many swimming tales, Volk. I'm glad to hear them.
Well, I did have a gym membership I used to have back when I was working a lot more hours than I do currently. And it came with a gym and a swim membership, and that also gave you, like, free access to, like, all the leisure facilities as well, which was the sauna and the steam room.
Ooh, very nice. Swimming, great for exercise, by the way. So if you don't fancy running and whatnot, just go swimming for, like, a few hours a week.
Indeed. I can definitely recommend it. It is very, very relaxing. Unless you don't want it to be, in which case, just go hambies and just see what your fastest lap will be.
Here's the cheesecake episode, Volk.
Yep, called it. Although I like the fact that Megumi is just basically stuck in must stir food. For a second there, I thought Alice just bought, like, a shower curtain with her.
You fucking prankster.
You're in your shenanigans, Alice. I was half expecting Megumi to just still be stirring. Oh, God! Yep, she did what my girlfriend does, forgets the fucking sunscreen.
I'm fucking burning alive, squirrel.
Well, I suppose in the midst of a delirium-inducing heat wave, I mean, that may as well be luxury-sized.
Oh, wow. What the fuck? That was a bit of a random tangent to end on. Boobs have arrived.
Her love is like bad medicine. Bad medicine is what I need. Dude, I think I just filled the cup. Shoutouts to Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, one of the greatest movies ever made. I don't care what anyone thinks.
Nah, I nearly died laughing the first time I watched it.
It was so good. Sweet boobly ooblies.
How old are these people again?
I don't know, but if it's legal in Japan, I guess it's fine. But we do reserve the right to question their life choices. Let's splash each other playfully to really, really serene music, while all the guys just stare at us.
This is just
dressing us with their eyes.
Jesus Christ. This is just one step away from a fucking Hot Springs episode.
That weird mushroom fountain thing, we actually have one of those in one of the holiday parks that's like 15 minutes away from me.
Yeah, he's gone in the bags and chairs.
Poor guy.
God almighty, she is fucking cooking alive.
She's just becoming one with the animals. She wants to be like the lobster.
I see. This is just reminding me. You know, like, hotels have, like, pools and whatnot?
Yeah.
Well, there was, like, I think it was Spain where me and my mum went. There was, like, a decent-sized one for, like, adults and teenagers, and then there was, like, a little pool for kids, and I had an inflatable dinghy, like, meant to be put in the sea and whatnot, and I took it in the little pool, and it took up, like, 3/5 of it.
Nice. This is just taking me back to an Ed and Epi episode where they ended up getting sunburned, and it's just like, I have become Chameleon Man, and just ends up poking the sunburn.
Ugh. Don't do that, by the way. It's very satisfying, but your skin needs to heal properly.
Yeah, the last thing you need is either the skin fusing to yourself, or the skin just peeling and becoming gnarly.
All smiles. She's dead, oh god, no!
I can't believe she literally died in the heat wave. Rip. You see, this is probably one of the few times where Ishiki's dress is actually appropriate.
Yeah. In fact, I feel worse, honestly.
Yeah, they said hard work will make you forget about your illness, but turns out that's not the case, it just makes you feel even worse.
Yep. God almighty. That
No!
was steaming.
We already said don't die yet.
Oh, that professor would lose her head if she didn't remember it.
Mm-hmm. I know that feeling. Every time, in the workplace, in the hottest day of the year, the air conditioning never ever works.
Yeah, that's weird. Bit of a coincidence. Like, the last 2 times I went to the cinema, which would be in the previous month when we were recording this, I guess, the air conditioning wasn't on both times.
Huh, fair enough. Maybe they just don't want to fix it. Maybe their budget has to be allocated to more popcorn or something.
You heard me, Showcase. Well, you heard Volk. Yeah, blame Volk. That's a good one. Believe me, if I take this off, I will flood the room with my sweat.
You know what? I can actually relate to this guy, because I'll wear my leather jacket basically no matter what, just because, you know, it's my coat. I keep everything in there. I keep my bus pass, I keep my bank card in there, I've got my pockets for change. And more to the point, I've mentioned before that I do a lot better in the heat than I do in the cold, so
Yeah.
even if it's like 15-20 degrees outside, I can still wear my leather jacket outside, no problem, as long as I'm not also wearing a jumper underneath it.
Whoa! Play it cool, play it cool.
Yep, there we go.
He won't taste my meat. He won't go on a date with me. What's the fucking point?
There's no point in living. What is the point of meat if there is no one there to enjoy your meat?
Also, she looks sad for some reason. Don't know why.
Well, you know these character types, they're always oblivious until the very, very
God.
final episode.
Okay, ignoring the old man, those 2 guys are being pulled up into the stratosphere.
Their manly energy will pull them towards the next galaxy.
While we're on screen, the age rating goes up 5 times.
Oh, of course, Alice has to explain to her the finer intricacies of pulling.
Tristan Turner is not happy with this.
This is like, she won't be interested in me.
Oh god, no, he is not going to allow this shit.
No, he's just literally going into the pool finally, now that they don't need to guard the bags. He's like, I am going to cannonball this pool so hard, there's going to be no water left. He is literally turning into Devilman as we speak.
Fine, don't worry about it. We finished Devilman recently, that was one hell of an ending.
Oh yeah, like those last 3 episodes, man, so good.
Take that fish, you fuckers!
You ain't nothing, you ain't shit. It's just like, hey, when did you get here? It's just like, blame my parents.
Follow the flag. The flag knows the way. Oh god, they're gone again!
Oh, they were there the entire time. Therefore, swimming contest, now!
Cooking while underwater.
Even his brothers abandoned him at this point.
Ah, I see. He went to get ice.
And somehow he is wearing more clothes. I don't understand how this man works, Tom.
We are going to apply it to my nipples, that's why. Oh, it's that thing.
Oh yeah, from that shop that they were looking at. Well, not necessarily them, but somebody else.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it's the exact same thing, but it looks similar.
And of course, Rio on point with the Mr. Whippy delivery.
Alright, let's get it over with. It's a fucking Flake 99, get over it.
Erina, this is not ice cream that came from Marks and Spencer's. It is just a Mr. Whippy. It is good because it is loaded with sugar. That is the only reason.
Dang, always making shaved ice, yeah!
Oh, of course, that's what it was. It seems so obvious now. I've had this so many times at MCM. It is the motherfucking bomb.
If you want to go, like, down a few rungs on the professionalism here, you could also have a slush puppy, which is basically the same thing.
Yeah, kind of, although with this one they chuck, like, real fruit in there, and then they have, like, the sweetened milk in there as well. There's a lot more layers to it, but yes, a slush puppy is essentially... and the Sammy's just inhaling that shit. He's going full Kobe. And a perfect explanation of how brain freeze works as well. It's just like, overwhelming pain, and it's gone.
Yeah.
Of course, there is science behind the whole thing, but mostly it's just pretty damn delicious. Especially if you're running around in a hot convention center in a costume.
Yep.
Not sure which flavor would be my favorite. I'm quite partial to the mango one myself, although I do quite like the strawberry as well.
Both sound refreshing on a summer's day, mate.
Yeah, mango I'd probably say is probably more so, ever so slightly. But strawberry just has that nice acidy twinge to it that I quite like.
Well, there is one guy, but you'll never know. You motherfucker!
Oh god, she's turned into an alien!
Don't mind the NPCs just going by a train track in the background. Oh my god, she fancied Soma's dad.
I'm not sure how to feel about that, to be honest with you.
Oh, it was more like childlike admiration than anything.
You know, I was half expecting him to turn around and just be Soma's face. I mean, come on, he was like 4 times my age. It's just like, yeah, I suppose it may... Wait, what? Excuse me, Aaron? Whereas, like, I have stumbled into the wrong conversation.
You just watched a lot of
I need a girlfriend.
Aww. I'm just pacing myself here. You want to take this up to the fucking stratosphere, mate? I have brought my meat. I can see them.
So, I suppose in summer, would she be more akin to the cold cut, I wonder?
I love the way he's always like a spiritual advisor or whatever.
You just need a guy like that in your life. Not necessarily a lover or, like, a friend. You just need someone who will just be in your corner and you can confide to.
Yeah.
I will trade you this mountain for another mountain. The meat mountain!
Oh.
Yeah, and there's the sweetened milk.
You want it, don't you? Oh, God!
Have a taste!
Welcome to Flavor Town. Population U.
Flavor Town has the raddest water slide, yo. It's kind of weird that they have a towel that's also kind of a jumper in a way.
It's a bit of a schmuck, as if you will. Oh, Aaron, you starting to feel it now, are you?
Little does she know, all these people are going back to their places to have sex. Because they got to see each other in the buff. And they're just like, God, I'm holding this in so badly.
Little does she know that I saw spoilers for the ending of the show. Talking about the manga here.
Yeah. I missed that, thankfully, because I noticed you saying, oh no, what the hell is this? I'm just like, I should probably stay away from that conversation. Is the Squirrel Chick wearing like a bootleg Hewlett-Packard t-shirt?
I think so. Oh God, he's dead.
I can't believe 2 people have died in this OVA. Meat, now you're speaking my language.
It's my turn to shine. I'm in full definition.
Yep, indeed. Leave it to the professional.
The fucking corridor is going to come in and she'll just be like a puddle on the floor.
So, what is this? The Indians' answer to gazpacho, I'm guessing? So it probably seems like he just sort of like made like the base of like a very light curry sauce, but basically skipped a lot of the spices and just sort of made it yogurt, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Like kept a lot of the herbs in there, but a lot of the spice was left out just to keep it on the cold front. And needs to be thinking, I need to lose weight before the middle point of the first season, you know, not making it easy.
Yeah. Oh, the life of an upper crust. It never ends.
Well, I mean, at least she gets a break, even if she didn't perhaps like it. Anything to save myself from going to that damn swimming pool again.
Aw. What a wholesome episode.
Yeah. You see, I think they got the best end of the deal, to be honest with you. I mean, it started off as like a paddling pool, but then later evolved into the party of the century.
Yeah.
It's like, why didn't we get invited to that? Fuckers. Thought we were friends.
Cooking comes first, and then something that rhymes with cooking.
What if I laced my cooking with explosives?
To that end, that is why she is presenting today's episode of MasterChef.
You know, I feel like the name God's Tongue doesn't suit her, because surely God's Tongue would be able to find taste in basically anything and everything, and not just turning your nose up at everything that gets handed to you on a plate.
Was that the full Elite 10? There seemed like a lot of old fogies there. I don't think it could be.
You may be onto something there. Although it was only very quick, so I couldn't catch a glimpse of any of the other familiar faces that we know in the Elite 10.
I can go back and have a little look, so...
Okie dokie.
Let's just watch this first.
That's fair enough. I like how cheeky in this ending is just going out hoeing. It's just like, hell yeah. Gonna plant me some veggies.
Hell yeah. Was the song always like this?
I don't think it is, no. I think this is a newer version for the OVA specifically.
It just sounded a little bit re-recorded. I don't know, maybe it was just the video, who knows?
It may be the OVA, maybe a re-recording, or maybe like a live version or something like that, perhaps. I don't know. It sounds a bit different, but the song in its core is more or less the same.
Yeah.
Aaron is just like, okay, maybe I was wrong about the swimming pool. Please take me back there. I want to miss the whippy, damn it.
Alright, what we got? Death Incarnate.
Once made a Frankenstein accidentally while trying to make breakfast.
Alright.
Props to Ray for having to put up with that.
Oh my god, alright, I'm gonna close that video. I don't need fucking Pervo see you, thank you very much.
Alrighty then. Well, let me go back and see if I can find out from that last shot if that was the Elite 10, as far as I can tell.
Yeah.
Alright, let's have a look here.
I actually landed on the right spot, so I'm gonna pause this. No, it's just her cooking stuff.
Yeah. There we go. We thought it might have been the Elite 10. Turns out it was just a ruse.
Ah, 'twas that. I think I preferred the first OVA. That one was fine, though. There was nothing really wrong with it, apart from, like, overly anime antics in the boobs department.
Yeah, maybe so. Although it was a nice feel-good episode, I'll give it that.
Yeah, for sure, mate, for sure. Alright.
It was just very nice and comfy.
And, like, to close out here, we have Season 2, Episode 2. So, are you ready for the second dish to continue?
Yes, I am. I'm looking forward to seeing if we actually get to see what Megumu gets put up against.
Oh, she's up against Rio, I think, in this one.
Ooh, this is going to be a tough one.
Alright, guys, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Alrighty, the gleam of the knife compels me to watch the episode, and last time it was all about bento boxes and whatnot.
Was it me, or do those dishes look a little bit more high-def than we're used to?
I painted this whole thing. Didn't have to. Could have shouted out the result.
It could have been, or even just a smaller slip of paper. That would have been nice as well. But no, they had to go whole hog. Just like, I'm gonna use this giant paintbrush. I paid $25 for it. I'm damn well gonna get my money's worth.
Such a petty reason to do something. Oh, Soma has a goal now instead of just get good. Well, we'll see about that, loser-coon. Got him!
That's not a very nice thing to say to someone having just come off a defeat.
She fucking shits on Erina all the time in a passive-aggressive manner. She can take the L on this one.
I suppose she could, although there's something to be said about emotional highs and lows at that point. You don't want them to end up flipping out on you in a bad way.
Aww. Erina has to keep it all inside to be the perfect Nagiri girl. You will never have a Megumi clapping you when you do good.
No. Although then again, you could just take that scene and just play it on repeat on your phone every time you need a little bit of extra congratulations to go through your day.
But I don't have a phone!
Alright, then just play it on the computer before you go to bed then. Celebrate having gone through another day. And just have Megumi clapping you for like the final 2 minutes before you go to bed.
Oh, she's actually pumped for this. Good stuff. That fear is no longer present. I want you to fucking murder that bitch. Ooh, tension for the first time. Interesting. Oh, so she's never beaten him then?
So it would appear, although then again, maybe he is indeed the one that wears the trousers in this duo friendship.
Yeah, maybe we got it all wrong. It's nice to have a bit more structure and whatnot, now that we're back in the main series. The OVAs were fun, but I'm all about the main plot here.
Same here. And I'm looking forward to seeing some more of Rio's cooking, just because he did very, very well in that competition. In the preliminaries, rather.
Oh, it's beast mode time, boys.
It's cooking time, so saith Jinpachi Mishima.
I've listened to the full version of this so many times.
Although it's quite nice during the session we get to like have all 3 openings that we've heard so far.
Yeah, like one in each episode as well, that's weird.
Yeah, purely coincidental, I know, but it was just neat because we get a reminder of what each of the openings are, and then we can maybe reevaluate our opinions on them, perhaps, or maybe just go, nah, we still think this one's the best.
Yeah.
Is she in a suit? Surely not.
There's some characters we know, some we don't know.
Maybe some of the ones that we don't know may be members of the Elite 10 we don't know about yet?
Possibly.
Because we only really know half of them. And I came up with the theory that maybe Alice and Rio, if they're not already part of the Elite 10, may be later on down the line.
Can you imagine if this is like the finale of the show in general? Like, it's not actually a metaphor or anything. They literally have to take out the god of cooking.
Ultra Instinct's just a giant kitchen knife. Like, it kind of wouldn't surprise me. Maybe not so much Alice, but I think Rio could potentially be an Elite 10 member that we don't know about yet, just because he seems to be the better one when it comes to cooking.
Yeah. Oh, it ends so well as well.
A juicy guitar riff.
Interplay of light and shadow. Food is art. So yeah, we're doing ramen today, I suppose. I like them bitches thick.
Extra thick.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not extra thick because he would have gone for the one further down, but I mean, the man knows what he wants.
Yes.
He doesn't need no time to consider his options. Well, I suppose if they are preparing the noodles, it gives you more time to think about everything else.
I don't think I've had ramen before. Actually, is that just like a name for any, like, instant noodle?
I'll look up the exact definition for you if you just give me a seconde.
It'll all be about presentation and delivery on this one if you're using different types of noodles.
And the fact that the noodles are all made the same as well, it means you can't get much wriggle about the noodles themselves. It's purely about the contents that go along with it.
Yep. I'm gonna punch these noodles and all of these until it's done. I have literally just made petrol. That is unfortunate.
It just makes Bovril.
I haven't had Bovril in years.
It's like, isn't Bovril like one of those like meat drinks that you just have like hot chocolate occasionally?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, fair enough. Whatever floats your goat.
Aww.
Once again, the community coming through where it counts.
Ooh, this could make a good, like, fishy ramen dish.
Maybe that's what she's gonna go for. Seafood broth. But yeah, it just mentions it's a Japanese dish and consists of Chinese-style wheat noodles served in meat or occasionally fish-based broth.
Okay.
But yeah, it's essentially just a type of noodle soup.
One of Nippon's greatest mysteries.
It's obvious the rival wants to start a love triangle.
Yeah.
It's like it's all part of having the rival formula. You gotta have the love triangle, the love interest.
Yep.
So what do you reckon? Do you think Megumi stands a chance in this epic encounter?
I don't know. Ryo is a real dark horse. I'm not just saying that because his hair's jet black or anything. I literally do not know what to expect like him. He's like a firecracker ready to go off.
Yeah, as much as I'm rooting for Megumi in a ways, I just know that Ryo's going to be saved for Soma at some point down the line.
Yeah.
Like, it's going to be what they're going to help lead up towards, absolutely. The only fish I recognise from that is the flounder, and that's only because of the Little Mermaid.
Ooh, the richness.
Somewhere Under the Sea is playing in the background.
Alright, so he's attempting to beat her at her own game.
Probably not deliberately, but maybe they just came to the same conclusion. Because if fish broth isn't something that is as common, maybe that's something they're hoping will elevate them in terms of their dishes.
Yeah.
One chose light, one chose heavy.
Yep. It'll all be about the delivery now. Oh no! Oh no, he did as well!
Well, Alex recovers from a loss very quickly. It's just like, oh well, that happened. Now to cheer on my... now to cheer on my servant, who is clearly better at cooking than me, apparently. That's where we found him. He was lodged in a Cambodian drainpipe, and he's just had a thing for fish ever since.
Jesus Christ.
Imagine if that was like a fish called the Madar. Yes, his is a tragic life filled with crack abuse and imaginary sea creatures.
Wow. Alright, pack of Doritos it is. Bitch, did I fucking stutter? Now you're calling our place shit? You need to leave.
Like, it's sort of like the whole thing. I want to speak to the manager. I am the manager. One day I hope to elevate myself far enough in Retail so that I can actually do that to someone. I feel like that would complete me in a way that very few things in life can.
Yeah. This is the biggest flag we could buy, I'm sorry.
And unfortunately, there's a dozen people who can't actually see what the fuck's going on, so, yeah. Thanks for that. Not only did you draw needless attention to yourself, but you were also inconsiderate.
Alright, I think we know his personality type now.
Is it his personality, though, or is it the personality of the headband?
The headband's not fucking sentient, okay? We've been over this.
How do you know that? It could be like the sorting hat in Harry Potter, except he just has like this really crass attitude.
He puts it on. Slytherin!
No, it's actually the headband speaking. He's just mouthing out the words just to make sure nobody gets suspicious.
You're cooking
I'll show
much
you
like
the real power of cooking.
You're cooking much like your face and your backstory is shit. Megumi's like, no, you.
Part of me is just like, when they go, you're wrong, it's just like, no, I'm not. It's just like, you are. No, that's not how it's supposed to go.
Massacre. Bacana. Yeah, there you go. She's learned to calm her nerves, keep her grit, as it were.
Doesn't even need to use the hand thing, either. Beautiful. You know, no joke, to get a clear broth like that is actually rather difficult to do.
Yeah, I can imagine. Poor girl.
She needs to brandish that ladle like she means to hurt someone with it.
Yep.
But of course, Megumi is the most innocent one of the bunch, so she couldn't possibly do that, as much as I would want her to.
Yeah. Alright, that makes sense. Jesus Christ. Alright, Megumi, you have to keep your nerve here.
No, they're just waiting for a moment when their back is turned to just down that entire jug of broth for themselves.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing. You ain't slick. We know what you're planning. Just turns around and just like the devil of food is just going chug, 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 chug.
Huh. What?
Why did he stab himself with the leg with the ramen noodles?
That's a very European name for a very Japanese person.
You know, she says she has money to buy food, but she could have actually bought herself a seat on a boat, rather than trying to sneak off.
Yeah. Oh god. Chibi mode activated.
I felt like this is how Bakugo would run a restaurant.
Yeah. Oh, that's gotta be the ultimate insult. Oh, cooking battle, cooking battle!
He is the young Gordon Ramsay. Not a sweary, but he has the same conviction.
God, does he have a stand ability that just, like, makes everyone bow down to him?
Well, an intimidating aura can get you many places in life.
It's a shame we already do this, like, via audio and whatnot. I could get so much more done if it was a video call.
Indeed. You'll just be staring at me, expecting me to say things.
That does look pretty good, I'm gonna be honest.
I was all for it until the name of it was literally called Soup de Poison.
It's poisson, you pleb. It means fish. Oh, God almighty, the lobster.
But yeah, being interrupted ever so slightly by that. I am well aware of what it actually means, but I like to take the piss out of it the same way I take the piss out of eau de toilette by calling it literally eau de toilette.
Or you could just call it ew, the toilet.
Ew, the toilet. Just literally toilet water in a bottle. Sells for 30 quid. Job done.
What is rusk exactly, Vogue?
I believe the rusk is just a cut of meat. I'm not entirely sure. Let me have a look into this for you.
Okay.
Ah, here we go. A rusk is a hard, dry biscuit or twice-baked bread. It is sometimes used as a baby teething food. In some cultures, rusk is made of cake rather than bread. It is sometimes referred to as cake rusk.
Cool.
And in the United Kingdom, the name also refers to a wheat-based food additive.
We're not a very interesting country when it comes to food, as much as the top chefs would like to have you believe.
I don't know, I'd say we're fairly interesting at the very least. I mean, we're not serving like 16-year-old fish that's been fermenting in a can for God knows how long at the very least.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, he killed them all. All the judges except him.
Oh God, Jotaro Kujo is like 68 years old. This is kinda neat, not gonna lie.
No, get that weak shit out of my kitchen.
He's been taking lessons out of Grey from Fairy Tail. The clothes just disappear at will. Nobody knows why, it just is.
Yeah, this doesn't really bode well. Luckily, it's only the judges who get to, judge the dish, otherwise the crowd would decide in Rio's favour.
Yeah, at least that's what we have for the time being, but, it comes down to the judges. We know it is a two-person battle, so everyone gets a fair shot, but, has to be said, I'm still expecting Rio to end up falling to Soma at some point during this season.
Yeah.
But she has certainly evolved as far as a cook and a character is concerned. Like, we see that development has clearly stuck.
Yeah, that's good shit, rather.
I think actually a light broth is quite advantageous to someone in her position, seeing as she's having her dish tasted second.
Yeah. God damn, that's some good noodles.
No, it's mysterious juices just literally piss in a jug. It's just like, no, you made me drink piss!
I didn't need to hear piss in a jug, thank you very much, Volk. Ooh. I read that on the internet earlier. It's pretty goddamn cool.
And of course, you gotta have the flower-shaped carrots as well. I'm pretty sure we actually have some carrot-cutting stencils somewhere in my various cutlery drawer.
Ooh, la-di-da.
It's nothing that exciting, really. It's just all those things that you rarely ever use in the kitchen, all culminating together, the fondue sets, etc. Oh yes, the shitache mushroom.
Yes,
the most influential mushroom.
We've all watched Spy Kids, Volk. You're not clever or anything.
No, it's something that... This was something that actually came to me before Spy Kids. It was just me and a friend pissing around on Castlevania's Symphony of the Night, and we found the shiitake mushroom. And literally, we never heard of the thing beforehand, but both of us just looked at each other and just said, shitache.
Are you taking the shit?
Oh, is he going for the double layered thing? Oh, she really has learned a lot from Soma in that regard.
Yeah. I don't know how to judge this one. It's pretty even right now.
I feel like Rio will probably still win, just because I feel like that's going to be setting up a plot point later on, but
yeah.
I feel like it's going to be close. It's going to be like a 3 judge to 2 kind of deal. I feel like the older guy and the dude with the glasses are going to vote in Megumi's favor, and the others are going to vote for Rio's favor.
Yeah.
Can you at least take off the headband first?
No, it completes me.
No, it must feed.
She's grown so much.
I'm proud of her.
I like the random Dutch angle error back there, for no reason.
Just like, yeah, I'm still here. I haven't actually moved from this spot since, like, an hour.
Jesus.
I'm digging the visualizations in this episode.
Yeah, it's really dynamic. God, it's making me twerk it so good.
Yeah, wasn't really a need for a shot of just, like, the buttocks clenching. Well, I suppose it's Food Wars. It's just part of the course, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh my fucking god!
Yes! This is everything Tom wanted!
Oh my god!
Nice! It's actually like part 5. Is it like part 4 or part 5 visuals, would you say?
Ugh, I don't know.
And then it just ends!
Yeah.
How can you just end it like that? Why is he in Midgar?
Well, is this the new ED? I guess we'll have to watch it, because I don't recall it last time.
No, he just set a bomb in Sector 7's Maka reactor and is ready to meet up with Cloud and Barrett after making a tasty dish along the way.
Oh, I knew they were going to make drastic changes to FF7 Remake, but this is ridiculous.
It wasn't the episodic content we had to be afraid of. It's the retconning of additional characters.
Like, they just took Cloud and Reno and made Soma. That's it.
Yeah, they just replaced Reno for Soma, and just Rude's there. He's still the same guy. I just wondered, wait, you're slightly different from what I remember.
I can't believe there was an actual fucking JoJo thing. I thought someone was making it a joke.
A JoJo, as it were.
Well, yeah, kind of redundant, really.
But yeah, that was amazing. I mean, obviously, you're way more hyped for it than I was, but I appreciated that immensely.
Yeah, that was a good episode. That was a really good episode, actually. Season 2's 2 for 2 so far for me.
Yeah, definitely. Although the cliffhanger, I was hoping I could find out who won, but we can't have everything we want in life.
Hey, we'll be getting to episodes 3 to 5 soon enough, guys, so don't worry about it.
This ED is definitely winning me over as well. This may definitely be the best ED out of the 3.
It's pretty good, yeah. I do like the first one a lot, though. Alright, what do we have here? Oh! There's no way you're going to announce it here in the stinger.
Maybe they will.
You fought wrong, motherfucker!
the way that you could tell that it wasn't going to happen is just the brush didn't even have any ink on it, as far as I could tell.
Yeah, that's a good point, mate. That is a good point. So, that was OVA's 1, 2, and Season 2, Episode 2 of Food Wars. A really great batch. But my favourite of those was Season 2, Episode 2. What did you think, Volk?
Well, I don't think there's any surprise as to why that's probably the case, but, I mean, it's easy to understand. The OVA 2 was sort of like warm and fuzzy with a lot of cheesecake going on. OVA 1 was a nice little side story with the Italian bros, whereas Season 2, Episode 2 was more the same of Season 1, Episode 1, but with the JoJo reference thrown in there, that was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
And just in general, the whole thing presents itself very nicely, and as you say, Season 2 is 2 for 2 so far, and I don't think that'll be stopping. Especially if it carries on this pace.
Knock on wood, shall we say. Thank you, Deimos, for continuing to commission these. I will make sure Volk finishes Food Wars as a whole, even if I have to send out my stand one more time to get him to come back and do stuff one more time. I really should have thought that one through. What's your stand, Volk?
Don't stand so close to me.
Is it that song? Or?
Yes, don't stand so close to me.
I have no idea.
And it's literally a stand that negates everyone else's stand.
What?
Yeah, it's just basically, my stand will just nullify your stand, and we just have to duke it out like men. Because, it's don't stand so close to me. It's a play on words, you see.
You see, a personification, a stand, is a personification of a person's personality. Bit redundant, but whatever. And that raises several questions about Volk, but hey, I'm rambling now, so we'll see you guys next time for Season 2, Episodes 3 to 5 of Food Wars. Bye-bye.
Fighting gold.
Requiem.